There's an old saying that knowledge is power, but in the digital age, the real power lies in the index. Larry Page and Sergey Brin didn't just build a search engine. They built a new way for the human brain to access reality. From the Googleplex to your pocket, this is the deep dive into the journey of the algorithm that changed how we think, work, and live. Imagine a world where you couldn't find an answer in a second, where information was locked in libraries and physical archives. Then, two PhD students built a backrub. Today, that backrub handles over 8.5 billion searches a day and dictates the flow of global knowledge. But the road from a suburban garage to worldwide imperialism was paved with risks that almost destroyed the company before it began. In 1998, this messy garage in Menlo Park wasn't just a storage space. It was the headquarters of a revolution. Two students, one radical idea, and a mission to organize the world's information. They didn't have a business plan, they had an algorithm. This is the story of how Google went from a Stanford research project to the most powerful empire in human history. First, let's talk about information. For those of us who value clarity, we strive to stay informed to understand the state of our world. Whether we are researchers, curious minds, or avid readers, we are constantly seeking sources for every piece of data available in the past. Anyone wanting to learn something new had to pore over countless volumes of books to find information or gain the knowledge needed to build their own ideas. While that traditional method is still valuable and effective, today's modern world offers a much simpler way. We no longer need to spend long nights surrounded by stacks of books. Whatever information we need, we simply Google it. Google is a household name in the world of technology. It is the foundation of knowledge that many use to build new things. When we see the sheer scale of Google today, it feels so massive that it seems like it must have been built over centuries. Yet, before 1996, the word Google didn't exist in our vocabulary with the meaning we know today. In 1996, a young man named Larry Page and his colleagues had a dream of building something immense. He compared this vision to one of the largest numbers in existence, the googol. A googol is a massive number, mathematically represented as a 1 followed by 100 zeros. It is a number so large that a standard calculator cannot even process it. This number represented the scale of these young men's dreams. Back in 1996, Google wasn't a tech giant. It was a small research project called Backrub. Google wasn't a known entity then, but today, it is everywhere and in everything. It has been a relatively short journey, yet the speed at which Google has transformed the world is extraordinary. In this program, we are going to look at the journey of this company from its humble beginnings to the present day. Welcome to Tech Thoughts, and welcome to the Curiosity Room on Did You Know? The incredible documentary show. Ask questions and satisfy your curiosity. This is NICE production, and I am your host, Francis Nkurunziza. Welcome. In January 1996, while studying at Stanford University, Larry Page began the research project he called Backrub. 2 months later, in March, he developed the algorithm that Backrub would use. In September 1997, the name was changed from Backrub to Google. The founders chose this to emphasize that their goal was to build something infinite, just as the number googol represents a value almost beyond reach. They registered the domain google.com, just like any other website name, in 1998. Google Incorporated was officially incorporated as a legal company. At the time, Larry Page and his team were working out of Susan Wojcicki's small garage in California. By 1999, the team received their first major funding to grow the project. In 2000, Google launched AdWords, the system that allows relevant suggestions to appear when you search for information. That same year, Google introduced a way to search directly through web browsers. In February 2001, Google expanded its reach by supporting multiple languages. In July of that year, they launched Google Images. By August, they opened their first international office in Tokyo, Japan. By 2002, Google supported 70 different languages. In 2003, Google introduced AdSense. When you hear about people making money from Google, this is the platform they are using. In 2004, Google launched Gmail. I imagine almost everyone listening to me right now has an account. This allowed people to send emails through Google, competing with established services like Yahoo. At launch, Google offered 1 gigabyte of free storage, a massive amount at the time. Remember, today Google gives you 15 gigabytes for free. Finally, in January 2005, the company launched Google Books, allowing users to read literature directly online. In February 2005, Google also launched Google Maps, which many people still use today to navigate and find their way when traveling to unfamiliar destinations. Later that same year, in June 2005, Google introduced Google Earth. This was closely related to Google Maps and was made possible after the company acquired the keyhole mapping technology. I hope that you enjoy today's episode. This is not the end of the story, it's the first episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check the next episode in the description below, so as to stay informed with our incredible documentaries on. I'm Francis Nkurunziza. See you in next episode.